Hey there, everybody, and welcome. It's Age of Grogu, podcast number 9. And with
Number
me,
9. Woo! We're almost
got a
hitting
lot
2
of
digits.
guests. You'll see we don't have Jason today. Jason is currently over in Miami right now doing business-related stuff. So he gets back today, but not in time for the podcast. So we've brought on Max, who has joined us before. Hello, Max. How's it going?
Hey, going good.
Yeah, so Max, welcome to visiting the podcast here. We are live with people in the audience, and they are watching back. Currently, pretty quiet it seems, but that's cool. So we have got a lot to discuss today. The three of us, we ended up going into seeing Ghostbusters, which we'll go into a little bit later. We'll keep that a spoiler-free review. This weekend that is still going on right now is the D23, which we were kind of hoping there'd be some, maybe a little bit more Star Wars related stuff. And there hasn't been a lot. There's been a little bits and pieces. So we're going to show you some of the visuals and some of the video and things that were pulled offline on that. And we've got other things going on. Hey, all new nerds, how is it going? Which one is that? Is that Johnny, or is that Dylan, or is that Levi? Which one is all new nerds today? I'm gonna say it is Johnny because he's using the all new nerds account, but I could be wrong. So guys, anyway, let's start this off. It is Dylan. Oh, it is Dylan. He's using, okay, that's cool. Hey Dylan, good to see you again, man. So we're going to start off with a little bit of Sabine Wren action here. Sabine Wren, for those who do not know, is a character in the Star Wars Rebels, and awesome bounty hunter character, and she is now being cast as live action for the new Ahsoka series, and it is Natasha Liu Bordizo, is it?
Yeah,
Bordizo, yeah. I'm terrible with names. She's being cast as Sabine Wren, who is, of course, the bounty hunter, Mandalorian, I should say, not bounty hunter, character in Rebels. So first, Max, you're a fan of the Clone Wars. What's hey Lavelle, how's it going? Yep. This is the Ghostbusters notes. Yeah, okay, there you go. Max, what's your thoughts on the actress who's been pulled in to play this part?
Yeah, I think it's great casting. She definitely looks the part.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really seen her or anything, but I've heard a lot of people hyping her up, being like she's great for the part. And as far as I can tell, I see nothing wrong with the casting. It seems spot on. It seems like another spot on Star Wars casting.
Yeah, I mean, she's seems to be fairly new to the industry. There's not a lot behind her credit, but if they picked her, it means they picked her for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Elijah, you're not a huge, follower of the Star Wars Rebels series, but you know enough.
Yeah, the animated.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and
but yeah, I
she's
think they're knocking it out of the park with casting. So I don't see why
they have been. Yeah.
She seems like she'd be great. So.
No, completely. I'm very much looking forward. Here we go. We're going to go to a large screen there. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what she brings to the table. And it is really kind of cool that they're finally starting to announce some of these things, some of these people, some of these actors, because they're certainly not announcing much when it comes to Disney Plus or D3 right now on any little snips of what they've already shot.
Like. Yeah, nothing earth-shattering.
Yeah, before we get into D3, I got one other thing to share there, and that was they also dropped this week on Empire magazine. They dropped a Book of Boba Fett cover.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, which cool. Is kind of cool.
Empire always seems to get like the best in early photos, like all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, there's more said about Boba Fett here than what we got on Disney Plus Day, almost. Yeah, I meant that's just basically seeing in action this very clean building behind him on the left. We've got Slave One on the right. Looks like has Slave One gone through a bit of a paint job there? I don't think so. It's hard to tell.
No, it actually looks like it's gotten a bit of wear and tear still.
Yeah, being a bit more action, that sort of stuff. I mean, it's been around for a while.
I will say Boba's armor looks so much slimmer this season with the slimmer shirts and all that, and the pants.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know that after seeing Timur Morrison when he came in season 2 of Mandalorian, he put on a few pounds here and there. He let himself muscle up a bit, and now he's kind of trimmed himself down. He's looking more the Boba Fett look, which is kind of cool. But they've also got a brand new set of garbs for this guy. He looks. We know he's Boba Fett, but he's not sharing the gray jumpsuit underneath the jumpsuit and stuff like that. He's got I think he looks cooler this way, actually.
I think he looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. We are now literally only a month and a week away from Book of Boba dropping, and it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's jump into the next thing. This is D23 celebration. It's been going on for the last day or two. And we were kind of hoping for a little bit more news that would have related to maybe something Kenobi, maybe something Bad Batch, other stuff that they didn't show us. There's a very strange, weird atmosphere, it seems, between Disney and Lucasfilm about what and when they're showing things, and why they're not dropping stuff immediately. Have you guys got any thoughts, or
just to me, it feels like they're going to wait until they get through Book of Boba Fett and get to that series. I mean, that's what we're all going to want to talk about once that gets going. They're going to introduce new characters and questions are going to be answered and all that stuff. And then when that's over, then we'll probably get like an Obi-Wan something like right after that. But it feels like they're waiting for everything until we see Book of Boba Fett.
It is strange. Max, any thoughts on
there's a lot to be told. There's a lot to be told there. If they go into backstory, you're gonna be dealing with Obi. You could be dealing with Obi-Wan in backstory. Could be,
maybe,
Yeah, no, Max? I think it's just like he said. Disney doesn't want to step on their own toes. They have movies coming out. They have TV shows coming out.
Mm-hmm.
The more trailers they release, the more broader the audiences are going to think about all the projects, and their vision's not going to be as narrow as they want it to be for their TV and movie projects.
Right. Well, I mean, think about it. A year ago, we had this incredible little platform of the investors meeting that dropped massive amounts of information. And during the course of that time, it seems like one or two of those shows that they already pre-announced are not going to kind of follow through to fold. Or they may follow through, but they may follow through at a much later time. But
I think all of that is on the back of Book of Boba Fett, and they don't want to release anything until we see that play out in Book of Boba Fett. Then they can say that. Then they can say it. Then they can have another a day when they go over all that stuff because they've dealt with that chapter.
Possibly, some of this stuff doesn't deal with the Boba Fett legacy or within those realms.
I know. But just saying that because we're so close to Book of Boba Fett now, the chances of them releasing any information until after that's over is like slim. So, but I see that the point that they were trying to
I mean, they had a platform last year at the same time. They dropped a lot of information at that time. They had a similar platform this year at the same time period last week, and they really didn't drop anything, even though they have shot everything to date. There's been more leaks that have come out of Andor than any other Star Wars show, I think, at this point. And a lot of the fans have seen some of these images from the series of Andor, so why not give an official twist on from Lucasfilm on what it is that they're doing, when they're dropping it, maybe, or even just a couple of official photos, because we've seen unofficial photos of Andor, we've seen unofficial photos of many sequences that took place in that, it seems. But again, it's a very strange kind of questionable. My biggest thought
it always seems controlled, and like if they're holding back for a reason.
Yeah, they just didn't.
We know those shows are coming, like what more they can show us that's like really gonna wow us until the right time,
last week we got an incredibly wonderful little sizzle reel from Marvel, and that shows you four upcoming shows. Sorry, 3 upcoming shows plus a entire scene of the upcoming series. And they did it so well, and it was so rewarding to have got that. So it's really the question, why couldn't Star Wars have packaged something cool together? Even, again, you break down those sequences from Moon Knight and She-Hulk, and
I feel you. I'm not
they were only 10, 15 seconds long.
I'm not as anxious to see that. I feel you, but I'm not as anxious to see that in Star Wars.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Marvel's in its own timeline and has its own stories and its own thing going on. It's like, if you're going to be wowed with something, I like to be wowed by Star Wars and not know anything and really, really enjoy everything without, I think the timing on Star Wars has been really great since Mandalorian, like everything that's coming out in nice order. I don't really need to see.
Fair enough. Information is still.
They're key. Like a parent that's got like they got the gifts in the attic, but they just won't give them to you yet. It's like they're there.
Yeah,
they're just waiting for the right time to be like, boom.
So, moving on,
which I think Marvel does too.
Yeah. Well, moving on. Speaking of Marvel, a couple of things that did drop this weekend at the on the D23 was they actually introduced stuff and more information to the Guardians of the Galaxy ride called Cosmic Rewind, which is kind of a cool poster. I like it.
Yeah.
They showed a couple of images.
That's a really cool poster.
Yeah, it is a sweet one. This one actually James Gunn released online on Twitter, I think it was. But we've got a couple of artwork and conceptual artwork.
Is it supposed to be at both parks? Is it supposed to be in California?
I'm not sure if it's in both parks or whether it's just over in Disney World.
I think it's just at Epcot, they said.
Yeah, it might be just Epcot, but
this. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be part of the Avengers Campus part.
Right. Yeah. Either way, it looks pretty cool. Like, there's some really nice artwork going on there. They also did a little video. I don't have the video here specifically, but they did do a video and they had Glenn Close introducing the character of Nova, and they were and she was having an introduction sequence. So Glenn Close is definitely going back to shoot a few things for that. For what's going on there. Obviously, it's going to take place with the Nova Squadron and all that sort of stuff. So,
did you say that she was introducing the character Nova in that video?
Sorry. I mean, she was introducing herself. Yeah, sorry, my mistake.
I almost had a heart attack. I mean, that's how they're introducing Nova.
Oh, sorry. No. Yeah, Sorry, I did. Yeah. Yeah, I thought she was Nova. Oh, anyway, whatever. She's playing her character she played in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, she's the Prime Nova.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Yeah, Prime Nova. She's introducing that she will be in it and stuff like that. One of the cool thing that they showed. In fact, I've got a little bit of video here. Let's see if I can find it. I believe it is this one here. This is an image of the puppet animatronic of Baby Groot that they're actually using. And how cool is that? I'll play that again.
Yeah, I missed it there. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It looks pretty cool. Yeah, no, they are... They're going really full on into the animatronics and stuff into their live productions and all that. So I don't know how that character.
This is not kosher. This looks like a visual based, like Star Tours, Back to the Future, Simpsons ride type of like visual.
It could be. I'm not too sure exactly what it is. I mean, I don't know if it's exactly tied into the whether it's tied into the Tower of Terror unit or not.
Okay, you're not sure of the actual ride itself of like what this ride of that is?
There's not really a lot. I mean, I remember reading and hearing about it. James Gunn had mentioned it a few months ago. I think there was something happening with a new ride, but this I think was the first we've seen really anything of what it's supposed to be. So it feels like it is separate from the Tower of Terror ride that we know of the Guardians of the Galaxy. But it was just some cool little things I thought was kind of cool. Silent. Well, what are your thoughts, Max? What are your thoughts?
I think that ride's gonna be awesome. I love the Nova Corps. I think Nova just as a character is great. He has the best name. His name is Richard Rider.
Right.
So his name is technically Dick Rider, which is it's the best comic book name. And I'm waiting for James Gunn to just throw it in there.
Okay.
And all the Guardians had just pack on him for his name. But
that
ride just looks like so much fun because the Nova Corps they weren't used that much in the MCU yet, but they have so much potential because there's so much of them. There's so much that they can bring in, like the world mine. I don't know. I just love that. I love the Nova Corps. I think it's I might fly to Florida just for that ride. Visit some family out there.
Okay,
visit that ride.
Fair enough.
That would be cool.
And visit the Star Wars holiday hotel.
Oh yeah.
Totally, if you had that kind of money. So speaking of that, this is what they dropped this week: the Galactic Star Cruiser poster, which was really pretty cool. Actually, they might have dropped that a few weeks ago. I can't remember if we showed this one or not. I thought it was kind of cool. And they've shown some production art of characters who are going to be inside the actual bridge of the hotel room. So they've got a captain who is it looks like a Chiss captain of some sort. You think she's Chiss, Max?
I was debating that.
Yeah.
For a little bit, that's what I thought.
Or she Pandoran. What's it? Panori. Is it Panorian? Panoran. I can't remember.
One of those two.
Yeah.
But I read somewhere online, someone thinks she's an android of some kind.
Okay.
And I don't know if I believe that, but I think that will also be kind of interesting.
That's a weird choice. This is technically the captain of the cruise ship that you're going on
to. Galactic. What do they call it? They had a whole name for it. I said like a million times yesterday.
Yeah. The Galactic,
ship. The name of the
Star Cruiser.
Ship.
Oh, the name of the ship.
200-year-old ship.
This is one of the stewards. She is like your ship's go-to. I don't know too much about the droid specifically.
I think they're just there for the fun factor.
Yeah, it's cool. They've got a different type of droid.
I like his little name tag.
What's that?
His little name tag.
Oh yeah, he has too.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't catch that. Oh, that's funny. This guy, I'm not sure who this guy is. Another droid, it seems. They've got a few different kind of key characters that are going to be playing this giant overall. I guess like kind of like the murder mystery night things that last for 2 days instead. And
a role play adventure.
A role play adventure thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant visually it looks kind of cool. They've got this whole nice exterior. It seems kind of small from the outside, doesn't it? It's kind of weird.
I think that.
I think designed to be like that. I think you go in and it's a portal, and then you go up an elevator, and it's a whole thing once you get into this building.
Yeah.
I think
it's like a docking bay, and then you get shot up in a spaceship to the main ship or something.
Yeah, I mean, you've got here a bit of looks like a dock area of sorts.
Yeah. They did say something about like they transport you to the Star Cruiser, so maybe that's just
right.
What
Could
you
be.
See, and there's a whole other building that they don't want you to see the
Yeah.
outside of.
That's what I think it is. It's all hidden. It's like not design.
Yeah, looks like you come through those round portals and you end up in the loading area and all that. Looks like jumped ahead too much. So yeah. Anyway, with that, they showed a few things yesterday, which was kind of interesting. Which was, well, let's put it this way: the first thing they showed was the lightsaber that they've got. And I actually have a bit of video here that I was going to show.
Yeah, can I? It was freezing for me when it turned on. I was like,
all right,
what?
Okay.
And then he walks off like this.
Yeah.
Like it's
so let me kind of set, let me kind of set this up.
What was that?
They bring this.
What? That's not impressive.
They bring this lightsaber on stage, and they go to show it off. and it's just kind of funny the next thing that happens in this little video here. So he ignites the lightsaber, shows it off,
get it back to her. So I'm going to get this.
And then he passes it off, but hasn't deflated it.
Thank you so much.
But that just means it could be a clear. I mean, like what there is now. There's a tube there. Maybe it's just like a clear.
It's not a tube. These lightsabers are designed as a retractable tape measure with a light source on it. They're literally that. They're not designed to be massively common. That's why they're not letting the public use those particular lightsabers. So it's kind of like they're very fragile and obviously very expensive to make.
I mean, extrememely fragile. I mean, it's like not even like you're doing a magic trick to like show like an illusion or whatever to make. I don't know. It just was. It seemed
they're
weird
supposed to be able to. They're supposed to be able to move them around, but
barely
probably not very well.
Yeah, if you push too hard, you might bend it. Yeah, exactly.
He could have handled it better, and it would have looked better. Just the way he was handling it made it look bad.
Yeah, but the fact that he never retracted it means that it looked like there was either kind of.
It's like once you do it, you can't undo it.
Yeah, you can't retract. It's like I'm trying to understand what they're trying to get through there. You know, in some cases, it looks cool as it initially.
And what was that was supposed to be a reveal of a new lightsaber?
It's the reveal of the lightsaber they're using within the actual thing itself, but. Max, any thoughts on that lightsaber?
Yeah, I just think it's so awkward the way that he couldn't retract it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a danger thing where it's too dangerous, and that's in that they don't want him to get hurt and then have to during a live show. But you know, it's weird that
maybe he just didn't want to break it. But it was weird that he handed it off and never retracted.
It was a weird handoff. It was a weird the way he held it. Everything, all of it, all the motion was like, what is going on there?
Yeah,
because in like 6 months when people are at the hotel, are like, is that what the Jedi are going to do on the ship? Are they going to be like, all right, here Chewbacca, walk away with this lit lightsaber while I'm going to tell the guests we had a great time?
Yeah, no, it was a little bit weird, but just something I noticed, and it was like, okay, that just seemed awkward. Later on, though, they ended up by showing him going onto the bridge of this ship. And apparently you can operate all the different levers and the buttons and everything like that. It's a weird control bridge. It doesn't feel as much Star Wars. Star Wars is a lot more cluttered and a lot more pieces and a lot more things. So it's very clean.
Right. Yeah.
But it feels very Star Trek-y for my liking.
I was thinking Spaceballs. It looks like a lot like
it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's
definitely got that Spaceballs vibe to it.
I feel that it looks like they look like a car interior dashboard there.
Right.
It doesn't look.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling Star Wars. It feels like an amusement park.
Yeah. The cool thing the cool thing they did do with this, they explained a backstory to the spaceship. It goes back to the novels of the High Republic novels that they were introducing just recently. It follows through into the prequels, and it follows through into, the current time period. And it seems like though a lot of this time period that this ship exists in is in the First Order. So they definitely, pushing through their agenda at Disney to keep the keep everything with the newer. With the sequels specifically, which is this weird battle between what the movies and what their live stuff is trying to do compared to what the TV stuff is doing, which is taking it really back to the sequel era, the original trilogy era, just slightly after that point in time. So it's which is fine because they're going to be able to jump between time periods. It seems, with all that.
Right.
What other things are there? Hotel again. Oh yeah, and they're going to Lightspeed kind of thing.
I don't know how I feel about them doing a whole storyline for your visit. It feels very limiting to a trip.
Yeah,
it's giving you a storyline.
Yeah, the one thing
I think that's. But I've already. They're showing it, which is weird because I was talking to Brent about this, and I've watched stuff on YouTube of like YouTubers going through and showing the rooms and showing the hall where they're having dinner and all that stuff because they've done like walkthroughs of it already.
Yeah.
So them showing these, it's very like it's not it doesn't seem impressive at all. It just seems like this seems kind of
a little underwhelming in parts.
Very
some of the
underwhelming.
Technology, yeah, some of the technology seems a little bit
they
for the price.
Presented it. I mean, I'm just saying the way they could have presented it.
Yeah.
Much better. They're just showing us images of these people. It's like, well, why don't you show us like the real, like, why don't you show them like in the hotel, like how, like a walkthrough of like check-in and getting into your room, like that would be more interesting.
Yeah.
And it's there. It's like, why can't they do that? Like, is it not done yet? Or
the big thing that happened yesterday was that all the presenters were sitting there talking about this, and then one of them just broke down every single character's backstory
and
on live television, and that also takes away. It goes through, and then they explain about this character, and that this character's got a certain thing, and this character is going to be hunting you, looking for you, because they want you to do this. And I'm like, you're telling the entire. If someone's going into this thing wanting to experience it, it's like now we've just been told the whole thing.
It's like they can only tell us this is all we're allowed to tell you, so we're just going with what we can tell you.
And the last part of the conversation on that was that they introduced this character called Gaia, who is the singer, and apparently then they go into this whole thing that she's got as this whole background, but then she might be doing something more sinister, and there was like, really, you're trying to kind of make this whole thing up, to do that. And then they turn around and say this, get this, they then turn around and say, they actually end up by saying, now we're going to put this character, this actress is now going to be on the Disney holiday special, which is coming up on ABC next week on the 28th, and we're going to introduce her into the holiday special. Now, when was the last time a Star Wars character was on a holiday special?
That was
yeah, I had to put that in there. It was just
that's a good one. That was good timing. That was good timing. I don't know what's up with that. That's like force feeding this character, a singer character, into the universe, into a hotel experience that they're gonna like time you through. It's like, wait, it's like basically going to jail. You check in. Oh, now you have your meal, go to sleep, wake back up. You get your time.
There's definitely timed events, it seems, but there's also the ability, from what I also gather, you can choose parts to go to in routes. In other words, you could choose to go to engineering instead of the bridge.
Right. Like you would go on
follow a mission through that. Which I think is designed. I think it's designed that way. If you do go back on the hotel again, you're going to get a completely different experience, because instead of going to the to the engineering section, you might go to the bridge the following time you go. So I think it's designed as a repeat experience for a hotel room, which is also well conceived. But there are some things in there that visually just never grabbed me. Now, I'm not much of a kind of being in the entertainment environment, live action kind of thing. Any of those mystery murder nights and stuff like that, it just doesn't grab me. There are people out there that it's going to be attracted to. People will be attracted to. So I think the only way we're really truly going to find out what the experience is like is through other people's eyes when they start to come out of there and kind of explain how they felt.
He watches your podcast and says, "We need to send those 3 young men to review the hotel."
There you go. Review the hotel.
Full
there you go.
Trip paid for on the mouse.
Yeah.
Well, if they're going to do that, I want to see if I can break their story. I want to see if it's possible. I want to see how ironed out it is.
That's what I'm saying. Can you go rogue? Can you hijack the ship? Can you hijack the ship?
Could you hijack the ship? Yeah.
Like whatever.
Cool.
Like whatever. What if I wanted to smuggle things onto the ship?
Mm-hmm.
Can I? Can I?
They did specifically.
Can I be a smuggler?
Can we smuggle spice aboard the ship?
They did specifically say you could be First Order if you wanted to follow and help the First Order, or you could be part of the New Republic if you wanted to help the New Republic. So you do have these options. That's very similar to the Disneyland, though. Disneyland Galaxy's Edge has got the same thing. You can interact with some of the rebels or the Imperials there on little bits and pieces too.
I'd also only want to go if like literally everyone was wearing some sort of Star Wars gear. It would take me out like to be like Star Wars, and then like some.
Oh, Jeff is wearing a T-shirt.
Funny.
Some guy wearing
speak of that.
flip flops and a gas station T-shirt or something.
Funny that you speak of that, because they actually do have a range of merchandise that you can purchase there, which is really.
I know you can
cool.
purchase it, but it just seems like you check in and you should be able to go through what character you want to be. Here's some clothes, put it on.
That's what I was saying yesterday.
You know what I'm saying?
It seems so weird they don't give you anything. They want to sell it to you. Like if they want you to
for
be
all
in
the money that you're
paying,
paying, it's like.
I'm sure that some of the big fans will definitely dress up in their own way for sure. But
at least give you a cloak. I mean, you could. Whatever. Like on the basic level, you can have the gi, how cheap is a gi or whatever. Like
$3,000.
Some cheap whatever thing that you can wear in a robe that's that you can be immersive in. Like it would be annoying to be doing that and then just seeing normal people or being dressed.
It could be. I mean,
normally.
I'm sure at the beginning, most people who are going are the Uber fans who want to dress up and stuff like that again. So
if you booked it with a giant group, you booked it with a giant group.
You plan what you're going to wear for 2 days. It's only a 2-day wearing, so you have different clothing that you wear for dinner and whatever. If you've even got that kind of time to be in the mission and stuff like that. But so there was that other, other merchandising, the stuff they had. I don't know if this is merchandising or just some of their content. There's some cool, the ship's a nice design. I think it's a cool design. And some, other cool little things that you. Now let's go to the food section just for a section. They were talking a little bit on D23 about the food, which I found kind of amusing. They've got these little, bits and pieces.
I like all that. I'm adventurous with food, so that would be fun. I would just be I'd love to eat and try all that stuff.
Some of the cuisine looks good. Now I've got to admit, this one cracked me up severely. This made me laugh hard. This piece here is called a Mustafar special or something like that with Mustafar in it. This is a dish that comes from Mustafar. So part of me questions, does it come with real life Anakin food parts? Like you
get a little skeleton in there, you get a little part in there.
I don't know. It was just it was kind of funny.
You live on a lava planet and you're going to eat lava soup. It's okay, that's I guess it's all that you have available to you. So you're going to eat some sort of
little piece of Anakin, a little piece of his leg or his arm, leftovers.
Jedi.
I don't know. It was just a thought. But that was pretty much a great deal of the Star Wars stuff that they did cover in the D23. They still didn't cover anything, as I said, on any of the TV shows or the streaming stuff. There was something else this morning that they dropped specifically. I just got to be careful how I play this for how long. Oh, wrong one. Nope. It was this one. They actually end up by talking about a cruise ship, actually. Star Wars related
an actual cruise boat.
An actual cruise, physical cruise ship. And it's mostly Disney oriented. It's called The Wish. This is actually a piece of
a Star Wars bar called Hyperspace Lounge. And this is a place where adults unwind, relax, and immerse themselves in the world of Star Wars.
I grew up watching those Star Wars films in the theaters, and to be able to be a part of the design that comes to life, to see planets go by and star cruisers, and to enjoy a Star Wars signature cocktail will be awesome.
So that's kind of like their little bar thing inside the cruise ship. It's made for mostly kids, so it's mostly Disney princesses and stuff like that.
Cheesy to me.
It looked kind of cool. Actually, it had a very Solo vibe to me in the thing. But it seemed like they were putting their monitors straight up behind the screens and stuff like that. It was just another interesting thing how they were incorporating everything into. Hey, Chris, how's it going, man? Welcome to the chat. You finally made it. Whoop. How you doing, Chris? Who I've touched base with. He's over from he goes to or is connected with one middle block.
Help me out, Chris.
Scum and Villainy. Oh my God, I had a complete mental block. Yeah, that's cool.
Jeez.
Wow.
We need to go to Scum and Villainy.
Sorry, Chris. It's been a while. Yeah, I mean, I don't get there that often. Chris is not from this coast. He's on the East Coast, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but so ultimately, that was most of the Star Wars related stuff that they actually kind of covered on D23 this weekend. Again, nothing to do with nothing related to anything with the TV shows itself. So
Right.
I guess whatever we get from the later TV show related stuff, we're going to get sometime in the in the future, kind of thing. Yeah. And let's see other things that they did drop. There was something actually I wanted to show you. It was kind of cool. They actually also released images or the video of a puppet. They're working on
I didn't see
giant. Yeah, they're working on giant puppetry pieces that are extreme lightweight, and everything. All these pieces are
cool.
3D printed.
Oh yeah.
And
what is this
this is for just for performers in general. So can you imagine someone coming out as the Hulk in this kind of format? This is what I think they're doing it for. But they can make it extremely lightweight and extremely, just be able to move around and that sort of stuff. So it seemed pretty cool. And the movement was kind of cool. It was full movement this guy had on the fingers and all this sort of thing. But you can see the 3D printed, imagery there. It's all kind of very lightweight. And what was? Oh, that was the puppet one again. There it is. Yeah. So yeah, you could see that they've got all these different parts. They've also, to the left there on the wall, they've got different like parts that they put on parts of the body that reflect as muscle and form. So that way, when they move, when the arm moves, there is physical movement of the muscle, and they're trying to get as lifelike looking creature.
Cool. I mean, this makes sense. This is just like a lighter and more motion than you've got before. It's like
that's always been the problem. It's always very, very heavy. Kind of thing,
You're using metal, and it's like it's super heavy and slowing your motion down and everything. So
cool. No, completely, yeah. And there was one other thing that they kind of touched on. It's not Star Wars or Marvel related, but they actually are building the Tron ride here. The only one that currently exists, I think, was in Hong Kong. But they're working on a Tron, a new Tron ride.
California?
No, not in California. I think this is over in
Florida.
Florida, I believe.
It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, so this is the Tron Cycle. You go on the Tron Cycle and ride through it.
I see.
I've seen a couple. I've seen a few behind the scenes video footages from the Hong Kong site, but it's pretty cool kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, basically, just looking at any notes, but that was most of the stuff from D23 that they showed us. So it's kind of a interesting.
Thanks for nothing, Disney.
Well, yeah, I mean, they definitely showed us stuff, but it would have been somewhat more enticing to have seen a little bit more.
A little bit more for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're putting their cards close to their chest.
What's that? Yeah.
They're putting their cards close to their chest. They don't want to reveal anything.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to reveal anything.
They could, but,
or they got a little antsy because it felt like they were definitely going to be dropping something. It just felt like it, that they were going to drop more information than they didn't. So again, whatever's going on there, it's like, come on, we Lucasfilm marketing need to bring that game up because they've been a little off.
I mean, they'd be stepping on their own toes at this point with how hyped some of their shows are right now.
It's I mean, that's the thing. So that goes into our next part of the conversation. Officially this week, Kathleen Kennedy has been pulled in for another 3 years. So
3 more years.
What? No, I'm fine with that. I'm actually fine with that. I mean, it's like any job.
She's fine. She's got her name and everything.
It's trying to balance what is going to work for a new audience, for a different audience, as well as the old audience. And yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. I just want to see a little bit more in presentation about how they drop things.
Right.
There's been a lot of fan speculation that there was going to be all this stuff dropping on Disney Plus Day, and it didn't happen. But that was fan speculation. And it feels like once in a while you need to be, up in charge and go, hey, we need to let them know that we don't have anything planned right now, but we do have something planned for down the track, and just be prepared for it. But because there has been nothing coming out from Lucasfilm, including no news about hold off, we're not going to give you anything now, that would help some people's anxiety that is out there, that has got this whole thing
anxiety about it.
But there are people, there are people that are getting really mad about it. And it's like, you don't need to get mad about this sort of thing. But it would help that if there was a little, if there was
wait until after Book of Boba Fett, and I think all our questions will be answered.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's after Book of Boba, then more trailers for Kenobi, and then a lot more information regarding like Ahsoka, Andor, and all their other shows. Because there's so much they have so much shows that are just in development that if they showed all of them, people would just pick and choose what they're going to watch instead of just being excited about the next one that's coming.
Chris brought this up. This is something we haven't covered yet, Chris.
Yes.
We actually saw this news this week that Dark Horse are coming back.
Publishing a new Star Wars line. I will say, I think Star Wars is doing so much right with comics.
I'm hearing that. Yeah.
The Marvel stuff has been... I've been loving it. I've been loving
right. Oh, go on. Yeah.
War of the Bounty Hunters that they're doing right now. They're doing so much great stuff.
Better writers. Just better writers. They've added better writers and artists that they've added.
It's more focused. I think that's what it is for me. I think it's just more focused. That's what's been cool to me. And then they have all these other different lines. Like they had IDW line, which I think might have been canceled.
Right.
But they're starting a new line with Dark Horse, which I'm looking forward to.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of the older Dark Horse comics from back in the day before they switched over. But I originally had a lot of the Marvel comics way back in the day, but I unfortunately gave those all away when I moved over here. So I was like, I kind of wish I had them now, because there was some. I mean, they were very cheesy. They were through Marvel, and there was some definitely cheesy stuff, but there was some cool stuff that they had introduced.
Cool covers, and just that you never know that might come back, and
cool stuff in there. Yeah.
Hold on to your comics. You never know when they're going to make Moon Knight.
That's that's funny. Yeah, that's hysterical. Other things. Also, let's jump very quickly to Hawkeye, which is also coming out this week. What are your expectations, guys? You're excited?
Well, you said Hawkeye for some reason. I'm thinking Hawkman. I'm like, DC.
Oh, Hawkman. No.
Hawkman. I didn't even know about this.
Hawkeye.
And I'm like, oh, Hawkeye. It took that second in my head. But,
right.
Oh, yeah, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is Tuesday night. Yeah. Oh, Tuesday into Wednesday.
And this is like a day by day, every day.
They're releasing they're releasing the first two episodes. No, they're releasing the first 2 episodes, and then they're continuing to follow them right up to the week before Christmas.
Okay.
And then the week after Christmas, December 29th, is going to be Book of Boba. So they're going to continue
take you through just Hawkeye will take you through to get to. You're like, Book of Boba Fett already? Oh God.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, we've got about 6 weeks and Book of Boba starts up. So we've really got Hawkeye series coming up. We're going to be doing some reaction videos to that.
6 to 8 hours of Hawkeye material.
Yeah, 6 hours, 6 episodes total.
Yeah.
Very Christmassy, which is
I think it's going to be great.
I think it's going to be fun.
I'm actually looking forward to it. I think they're doing a lot of things right. They're kind of been teasing that they're really following the pretty recent Matt Fraction run, which was very well received. Oh, yeah. He was even at the premiere of the show, which
oh, cool.
Was like, because they have already so many nods to his run in the trailer that I think it's really going to be something that's going to help him, is just how good that run was and being able to pull so much of the great stuff out of that run and put it on the screen, because it's just it's kind of material that's just begging for it.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. Well, either way, definitely everybody, we will be dropping reaction videos, and down the track we might do some roundtables and stuff for it for sure, and talk about it. At that point, let's jump into the movie section for a little bit. Let's just quickly talk about the first thing that had dropped this week, the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
Yes.
How cool was that trailer?
It's cool. That's
really cool. Yeah, really cool. And after going back and you watched it a couple of times, like okay, they're like obviously like holding out some information here. Like they're not showing you.
Yeah.
They're not showing you stuff on purpose.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that they definitely didn't show, which I'm glad they didn't. That we just know is going to be in this movie.
I mean, it's nice that like they're actually is. I mean, since I guess the reveal of Grogu or whatever, they've I think a lot of things have done better jobs of holding in some of that key information on stuff.
Except for Sony pictures, which seems to have leaked out.
Well, I mean,
so much stuff.
We still don't know, and it could be anyway. And like they could have filmed stuff and not used all of that like art of manipulation where they like film shit or whatever, like putting false stuff. I don't know. It could be anything, but I'm glad they're not showing anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously hinting towards the other Spider-Mans being in it.
Yeah, they're hinting to a lot of things, and
for them not to give any of it away yet, I think is commendable.
Right,
officially.
I mean, I think the movie itself, it has a big problem ahead of itself of not letting Tom Holland have its own villains and not letting those villains stand on their own.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest hurdle the movie has to jump over is, all these great villains, all these great stories, but they're not in Tom Holland's universe, so they don't really mean that much to the Marvel universe, which I think it's how the movie handles it, which is going to be the biggest problem. I'm super excited for the movie. It looks awesome, but not having a Norman Osborn in the universe, not having a Otto Octavius in the universe, like they've done so much in the comics. Like, Dr. Octopus has married Aunt May. Like they've done some crazy huge arcs.
Right.
But we are going into the the madness. We're going to the Doctor Strange thing. I think this could really mix things up.
Right.
They did, haven't not explained anything. We've seen a lot of speculation on what could happen.
It seems like there's definitely a lot of. They're going to have to put a lot of time with the giving each character a certain amount of time on screen and not overpower certain story.
I think it all depends on how they reveal it, and how they dump it out in the story. Like they don't necessarily need to.
Yeah.
I think it all depends on how they write that into like how do these come to be, and like what is he doing? Is he trying to help them, or are they attacking him, or whatever? It's like I could see it just working where they because we know all their stories. We've seen all their movies. We know what their backstories are. They don't need to explain it. If they can explain it in a good way of like how do they end up here?
Yeah.
That's all they need to do.
Yeah. Chris puts down there, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, we haven't actually watched the show yet. One of our group, Jason, is not here. He's currently over in Miami, and he gets back today. So we're going to try to do a reaction video to Cowboy Bebop. And I'm sure we'll probably talk about it the following weekend. Very soon. It's just, there's been a lot going on this past week and trying to get everybody together at the same time and checking everything out and sitting down has been a bit tough these last few weeks. There's just been a lot of life things that have gone on for all of us. Speaking of life things that we did get to do together, the three of us at least, we got to see Ghostbusters Afterlife last week, and we did drop an initial reaction to what we thought of it. We're going to keep this a non-spoilery trailer. So Ghostbusters Afterlife came out. Let's just go through each of us and kind of, what did you think, Elijah? What were your thoughts on the film in general, without giving away any spoilers?
My overall thought is I really loved it. I mean, it did give you everything that you were wanting, expecting, hoping to see. All of that. I thought the actual story and like the time of when everything that is happening was a pretty short period of time, or kind of a condensed story, like if you want to call it that, or a simple condensed story. Which I don't think distracted for anything, but I feel like there's more that there is probably extra footage or either got cut down or whatever. I can kind of see that. But I loved it. I mean, it was like especially for new viewers or kids who've never seen Ghostbusters, I could see it working like right away for them. It was kind of like Goonies. It's kind of like, you know, I felt like a lot of different movies in the one movie. They kind of like hit those points. You know, like, oh, we're moving out. It's like Karate Kid, and they move to a new town, and they don't like it. And then it's like, we find these new kids, we find new friends, and it's kind of an adventure thing. It's kind
it felt like Goonies to me. It felt like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Kind of Goonies with a little soft, like a little bit of a Stand By Me or Lost Boys, and then you have Ghostbusters on top of that. You know,
it's a very different film to what you saw from the first Ghostbusters. That's certain.
It's very it is very different, but like it, I think almost perfect for like where we are now. Like
for an audience
30
of
years
today.
later, like
it's
to pick up the. What can you do with these older characters? Not much. Okay, now you're forced to like be in an area where bring it to a new audience. And I thought they did a great job, especially with the ending of the movie. They're setting up.
You're breaking up there, Elijah.
In a second, set it up to work.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Can you hear me?
Max, it's cool. So Max, what were your thoughts on the film overall?
I thought the movie had a lot more heart than I thought it would. It was really a genuine movie. It wasn't a soulless remake, and there was so much stuff in the movie that in other movies would have been annoying. Like the character of Podcast would have been, the most annoying character in any other.
But
movie.
He worked in this.
But he worked really well. He was funny. He was fun. And it really just came down to how the movie was made. It was just made with heart. It wasn't.
It was definitely made with heart. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that was the big difference.
Yeah,
like you really felt like the movie was cared for.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Jason Reitman is the son of Ivan Reitman.
Right. Yes.
Who, of course, passed away before this film got put together. Was it 2 years ago, Elijah, that he passed away now? Something like that.
Harold Ramis?
Sorry, Harold Ramis. I'm sorry.
Harold Ivan Reitman's still alive.
Sorry, Harold Ramis. Sorry. Yeah.
Harold Ramis. Ivan Reitman is.
Ivan Reitman
Jason Reitman
is the producer. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Director.
Yeah.
But they co-directed and they co-produced it.
That's it.
Together.
Yeah. But sorry, it was Harold Ramis. My bad. What did I say that for? Harold Ramis, who had passed away a few years ago. So it made it an interesting way of being able to put this story forward and be respectable for all the characters and stuff like that. I felt I dug the script. I dug the cast. I thought the young cast were absolutely incredible. Like there was so much more adult in performance. It was so good. Elijah, you said you kind of had some issues in the middle. It dipped down for you a little bit, or
no, it never dipped for me. I just think that it feels like there are parts of the movie that were left out to me. It's like there's segments that there's not. I don't want to say it now because it would be
We'll definitely do a spoiler.
But there were sections and I'm like, wait a minute, like how do it tie up? It seems like it's missing a little here or missing a little there, and like maybe they they want to. I don't know. Maybe they want to keep it down. I'm guaranteed like when they put it on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, there's going to be like
an extended cut.
An extended cut. It just feels like there's stuff there that we didn't get an explanation for, and I have a few little nitpicky things that like I'm just like, Like it's not really spoiling anything, but the mini puffs, like I was afraid that they were just going to be like just there, and they're kind of just
we see them in the trailer.
They're kind of just there for no. You don't ever get a really strong story reason of like why this is happening to that.
There was absolutely,
and that's what I was afraid of. But it still worked. It still worked. It was cute. It was fun, and like they can bring him back, but it didn't give it a reason to like. Why would that happen to those?
It was
that situation
it was
and
fan service for sure in areas, and I felt that was fine too. I mean, everyone.
It was all great. I loved it all. I loved it all. It just seemed like, and like I said, it seems like there's a little bit of information that was cut out, little threads that would tie the story together. I thought missing, but still loved every bit of it.
I enjoyed the flow of the story. I really did have a entertaining time with it. It did surprisingly get emotional in parts, which surprised me. I did
real
not
emotional.
expect.
Oh,
I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect it either. And like when they
it was great. Yeah,
in the first 20 minutes of the movie, when Janine shows up at the front door, I'm just like, like
We
I'm
see her in
like
the
already
trailer,
tearing
of
up.
course.
I'm like,
Yeah.
she didn't even do anything. I'm like,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
eyes are watering up.
But how great was the intro of the movie too, where you finally get to see like I'm not going to spoil it, but one of the most badass ghost busting sequences in any Ghostbusters anything.
Oh yeah. The music was also a big part to play in this. I think that's where it felt comfortable and at home. Because it had tones in the original Ghostbusters, the way the score was presented.
They made it fit and feel like it's part of the universe just for the music.
Yeah, completely. And then just one last thing I'll say about this in our non-spoiler review. If you haven't seen it yet and you do see it, there are 2 end credit sequences that are totally worth seeing. One in the middle of the credits, one right at the very end.
And the last one is at the end.
The last one's pretty long. It's probably the longest end credit I think I've ever seen. Yeah, it was kind of like a really long scene. It was like, wow,
fairly
this is cool.
important. It's like that's like a whole scene. It's just like, it makes me think another reason of why there's like more left out footage.
Yeah. So we won't go into too much more. We will definitely do a more of a breakdown in the coming week or so. We're just letting the film settle because the reality is it's only just came out this weekend, and it really. It really needs to have some chance to breathe before people start talking about and stuff like that. So we will definitely talk about it next weekend in detail. So that was Ghostbusters. That was the other film we saw this week. Just looking forward, there's a couple of other small things that I was going to go over that. We'll pull up. This is something that actually I saw online. They're making a Lego AT-AT Walker now. $800? So it's I don't know how many pieces. But that's in the price range of the Millennium Falcon, which is like huge. So this is a pretty. I mean, look at the size of it compared to the figures there. I mean, it's humongous. So that looks kind of cool. I'm not going to buy it, mind you, because I'm not a Lego purchaser. But I mean, well, not as an adult at least. But
an expensive Lego, though.
Actually, but it's kind of cool though. I mean, I thought I was kind of impressed by it. The other thing that's coming up is the Macy's Day Parade, which is Friday, Saturday, Thursday.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. It's this Thursday. Oh my god! And they actually put into. They built a Funko Pop baby Grogu,
which City Field too.
They were taking it on walkabout, testing it out and stuff like that. But it was kind of cute. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. That's going to be seen in the Macy's Day Parade, I guess.
Flying above everybody.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. With that, there was one other thing I was going to mention as well. Last weekend, Elijah and I ended up by going to a place called Frankensons, which is a huge toy. Oh, you explain it more.
Frankensons Collectibles. Yeah. And they were at an older location. This is a new location they moved to, which is like the old Costco. They took over an old Costco building. And it's a bunch of different vendors consigning a different area, but it's essentially like a Comic-Con that runs, 4 days a week. Where I think it's open like Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, something like that, or
And basically, they just sell
5 days out of the week.
Sell movie merchandise and
collectibles. Yeah, a little bit of everything from anything you're looking for, cards. Figures from all lines.
Just check out how crazy this is. It's like this just goes on for aisles and aisles like this too. So it's kind of spun out. But I figured that what we'll do one day is I think we'll definitely take a trip there because we got in late in the afternoon.
Right.
And I think we go in there like first thing in the morning when there's when it's pretty quiet and we can just wander around, have a good look. But we can just walk through that place. I want to check out some Star Wars stuff, to be honest. It's like not that I can afford any of it right now.
That I would want. There's stuff that I know that I saw. I'm like, oh, I'd want that. You know.
Yeah.
I'd like to go with and pick up some of the things like this stuff like search it on eBay, or you can just go there and buy it. You know, it's like just go there and pick it up. It's like some of those things I've been searching for. So it'd be fun to check that out.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff there. That's for sure.
They even had a guy that had vinyl there. I didn't have a chance to look through it, but they even had a guy that had some vinyl records there.
Oh, vinyl records? Okay.
I didn't have a chance to look through it, but there was there.
Yeah.
So they had a little bit of everything. It's really cool.
We will make that trip when Jason is back in town. I think the four of us will try to go out there and check it out for sure. Just it's kind of looks kind of cool and everything. And then
what else did we do?
And then what else did we do? Right around the corner from that, we're going into the Back to the Future territory here. But again, Elijah, you explain it because you explain it better.
I took Brent to Twin Pines Mall. This is Puente Hills Mall. This is where they shot Back to the Future, and the main reveal of the DeLorean, that whole section. So that is all still there.
So this is actually the parking lot.
This is the main, like right there, like this is the right where the DeLorean's driving around and is revealed. It's all in this area. So they've done they've added to that mall, but that section, those fronts and all, it's all the same front. They haven't really changed it. The parking lot's the same. The hill where Marty rolls down is all there. So it's just one of the Back to the Future locations that you can check out. And the school is right over there too. It's very close to
we didn't go to the school, but definitely next time we go we'll take a better
I could take all the Back to the Future locations.
You should do that. That'd be kind of cool.
Like everything.
Back to the Future locations. Yes, and we know Lavelle hasn't seen Back to the Future yet, so we'll have to get him up to speed. God. He hadn't seen Ghostbusters either. This is Lavelle in chat.
He needs to get a time machine and go back to 1985 and watch the movie.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah, we'll have to do that. But that's cool. So that's most of the news that I've got at this point. Are we game to try to open up the chat, do you think, for live stream for a little bit?
Yeah, let's see what these
this will be a first for us. We are actually opening up the chat to the live stream for a little bit. In other words, guys, basically we're going to post a link in the message.
There's three people in there that each person can ask one question.
No. We will pose a question, guys. If you're going to be on the link, please keep it clean. Treat this as if your nephews and nieces were watching, because mine probably will be. So let's put this post in link, and I'm going to say, let's keep the question to Disney Plus Day. What worked and what didn't work for you in Disney Plus Day is the big thing for the question. Was the Marvel stuff satisfying? Was it unsatisfying?
It was unsatisfying. There wasn't enough. Why'd you even do it?
Try if you're on your cell phone, guys. Try seeing if you can actually open the link up through your phone. I'm not sure if it does or does not. But let's see if anybody pops in there. So question of the day is sorry, my bad. I'm trying to get rid of some of this old stuff in here. Question of the day is what was your thoughts on Disney Plus last week?
Hi. Hand off this hand it up.
Go.
Yeah, it was so awkward. It was
very
so
awkward.
What's it? Yeah, it was
the
very
way he
strange.
turned it on, everything from the beginning, even the way they handed it to him, it was all weird. Simpson fishing.
Yeah. Sorry, Ranch. It was random. It was kind of cool. It was like we were talking about it for weeks, and then it became this week. I'm sorry. Okay. What about you, Lavelle? Are you able to jump on? Anyone able to jump on? Anyone with cell phones not able to jump on? We haven't tried it with cell phones. Oh wait, hang on. Here we go. We happen to have Chris here. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Jumping in.
Chris, pleased to see you face to face. How you doing, man?
Hey.
Hey. You
got
doing? How you doing?
I should probably fucking turn this off.
Okay.
Let's
you're quite the collection back there, Chris.
He's got some Star Wars. He's got some Star Wars Bendums. I see a Star Wars Bendum. I see a Mandalorian figure. I see some pop.
You got a few things
vinyls.
there.
See some sports figures.
Hey, Chris. So keeping it clean and everything. What were your thoughts of Disney Plus last week? Related to Star. Let's say related to Star Wars first, and then maybe related to Marvel afterwards. So let's start with Star Wars.
All right. Like I said right off the bat, we're definitely not getting a Kenobi trailer.
You did, yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. We did not get that either. Yeah.
Yeah. What I was thinking is, we were gonna get a Cassian trailer.
We thought we were gonna get something. Yeah.
But yeah, it was very underwhelming. And then when they did that whole here's all the stuff we're coming out with thing.
Right.
They just swiped all these things by and then just never said anything else about them.
You took out all the logos for the shows, specifically Star Wars related. Yeah, it was one of those things that it was. I think there was a lot of fan anticipation, yet we still had never had any real word from Lucasfilm. And I feel that's one of the faults with the Lucasfilm marketing. Personally, is that they need to at least. I mean, they have they don't have any need to have to answer to the people. But if people are kind of asking when are we getting something, they at least could say, hey, we're not going to drop anything with the Disney Plus Day, but we've got something planned for the future to show you. And just even that would be something, I feel.
What it's going to be, it's going to be Celebration. That's where we're going to just get
But half of these shows would have been out by Celebration, right? Or would they?
No, I don't know.
No,
I
it's
think
May, right?
Celebration's a good time to launch a lot of stuff.
It's in May, and everything they've been saying right now is
that seems about right. That seems about right.
Burp.
You'll get through Book of Boba Fett, you'll get that information, and they'll give you a little bit of something, they'll give you a little pepper, a little something, and then everything will probably happen.
Right.
Star Celebration.
That
makes sense.
Yeah. I'm already calling all the panels that we're gonna get at Celebration right now. We're gonna get a Dark Horse panel. We're gonna get a Book of Boba panel.
Are you going to get the chance to get out here for the Celebration and to Anaheim at all? Or?
I got my ticket since it was supposed to happen.
You got your ticket from cool. So you've got that. Oh, that's awesome. So you're already set. For those who don't know, the people who had booked their tickets for 2019 was it, Chris?
No, it wasn't 2019. It was supposed to be last year, 2020.
2020. So you would have ordered your tickets in 2019 for the 2020 period. Yeah, and when the COVID happened, they put them on hold, and then they passed them through to the following next Celebration, which will be in 2022. So so anybody who owned a ticket is automatically locked in for a ticket for 2022 because they own a ticket. It's everybody else that has to try to scramble to getting tickets, like myself, which could be really tough.
Are available. Tickets are still available right now, as far as I've seen.
Are the tickets online? I thought they weren't online yet. Oh, the tickets for really?
Not yet, but I've heard that they are available. So you ain't SOL.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. All right, because I definitely want to get out there. That's cool. So what are your thoughts on the Marvel stuff that they dropped on Disney Plus Day last week?
Oh, the Marvel stuff. I'm not interested in a lot of it.
Okay, fair enough.
But it's cool. It's just that I don't know a lot about it.
No, that's fair enough. I don't know too much about the new stuff that they are bringing out.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Eternals yet.
Okay.
I still hear mixed reviews and everything, and
it didn't set well with me. It definitely had some pacing issues. I felt
it feels like I would go and watch it. Right. I definitely for it because I love any Marvel that comes out. I want to go to the watch it. But sometimes I medium fall asleep.
Fair enough. That's cool.
I don't.
Yeah.
Like something like that. Like, I want to have an opinion on it. Let's put it that way.
Okay, fair enough. It's worth watching. I try to catch at least every Marvel film on the big screen, and I try to catch it on the opening weekend, where possible, and everything. But it wasn't one of my favorites. But at the same time, it's this build up and anticipation for Spider-Man, which I'm excited for as part of that, which is going to be cool. So anybody else want to try to join us in chat? Lavelle, you want to jump on, or Wrench, can you jump on at all or not?
What's his name? Black Loki. I want Black Loki.
Lavelle.
Come on, Lavelle.
Come on, Lavelle. You can jump on.
Don't hide behind your messages and your. Don't hide behind your witty text and memes.
Show yourself.
Show yourself, guys. Come on, let's do it. Wrench, have you had any luck with hooking up your phone to the link? I'm gonna put it in chat again. I'm gonna put down a paste. If not, we're getting close to we've been going for an hour and nearly 15 minutes. So if we don't get you guys on right now, we'll probably finish it up pretty soon. But so a bit bright there, Chris. That's cool. So ultimately, guys, that is it. We're anticipating Hawkeye this coming week. Looking forward. Wait, we've got Lavelle who's trying to get on, so we'll give him another few minutes. It doesn't work, Wrench. That sucks. I'm sorry, man. Well, next time we'll have Jason back on next week, and Wrench, you can come on and
did you guys talk about
Sabine Wren? Say that again, Chris.
Did you guys talk about the Sabine Wren casting?
We did right at the very beginning. Yes, that was one of the first things we touched on. What are your thoughts on that casting, by the way?
Yeah, badass. I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
great casting.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't been a lot. I like the fact that Lucasfilm are not afraid to go back to newcomers, and here we go. Hey, Lavelle, how you doing, buddy?
Well, how are you?
Good. Welcome to the chat.
Thank you.
Wrench is the only one missing now. Yeah. There you go. That works. That's cool.
I was looking a little crazy, so I was like,
"That's Max."
Yeah. So Lavelle, we kind of got bits and pieces from you last week, but in chat. But what were your thoughts on Disney Plus Day and related to Star Wars specifically?
Well, see, I feel bad just because I don't have much to contribute on the Star Wars end.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair enough.
I'm on the opposite.
You're the reverse of Chris here. Chris is more Star Wars oriented and less Marvel. You're more Marvel and less Star Wars, right?
Yeah, that's true. So
that's cool.
I mean, I'm really excited. Like, I don't know much about Moon Knight, but I just feel like I'm very excited from like what I guess a little bit that I know about it, him being related to like some sort of like god or something, like some mystical elements or something like that.
Yeah, it looks like it goes into that realm for sure. Actually, Max knows a little bit more about Moon Knight than I do.
Yeah,
or anybody
else. Character. He's super complicated. His origins are super convoluted, and he could just be be crazy, but that's what kind of just makes him fun.
Yeah, it's like he has like a gazillion personalities or something.
Yeah, and some are definitely
multi-personality, kind of crazy, schizophrenic.
Do certain skills come with those personalities? I assume. Is it like the Matrix that if you take in the information?
Not really, it's more the personalities completely act differently, and that translates to him fighting differently.
Right, gotcha.
So his Mr. Knight personality will fight completely differently than Moon Knight.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
But, he's a cool character. Very, very interesting.
Right. And what did you think of the presentation of the Marvel stuff, Lavelle?
I mean, I really liked it. I think what I'm sensing is like, okay, so I don't know how many people agree with Dylan, but I don't think he was happy with it. Right, like
with the Marvel or the Star Wars?
Well, definitely with the Star Wars.
Yeah. I was about the same. Yeah.
I think some people were like, oh, like we didn't get like a whole bunch of whole bunch of new stuff. Right. But yeah, I mean, I personally like, okay,
it didn't affect you one way or the other.
Yeah, like you get to see like the old movies, some footage like that. Then we've got some of the new Hawkeye.
Wrench is taunting
rebellious.
us.
Okay. Wow.
Taunted by Wrench in the trash. That's all right.
What's up, Wrench?
We'll get Wrench on at one point. We'll definitely get Liam on.
Wrench, I know Wrench tried to escape this time. I know. I can sense it.
He has no excuse next time we do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, guys, either way, this is kind of brief at the end. I'm going to definitely have Jason back next week. We're going to definitely sit down and we'll chat, and we'll like to pull in more people more often. This is the first time I've ever done it. But this is only like episode 9 of the podcast, but it's kind of fun to have what you guys think and everything like that.
Yeah, we're gonna be on 10 next week. 10.
Yeah,
10.
we're gonna hit episode 10 next week. Crazy,
wow.
huh?
It's like a milestone.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you for joining us on chat. And Max, thanks for coming on. As such, we are going to be doing a review or reaction video to Hawkeye. We will be breaking down Ghostbusters in more detail next week. Actually, just quickly. Actually, Chris, non-spoilery. Chris, non-spoilery, because I don't want to spoil it for fans who haven't seen it. What were your thoughts? You said you saw it, right?
What? Wait, what?
Did you see Ghostbusters?
I haven't seen Ghostbusters.
No. Oh, you haven't seen it. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you'd seen it. Okay.
Next week we'll talk about it.
He doesn't want to watch that, right?
That's cool.
What do you mean?
Well, either way, guys, that's cool. Anyway, guys, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. We're just going to do a closing off. Thanks for joining us, Lavelle. Thanks for joining us, Chris. This has been fun. We'll be doing it more often. So, and also, thanks for those in chat, guys, which was all 3 of you. Guys, it was cool.
Completely interactive this time.
Yeah, we're fully interactive. Jason missed out. He'll be in next week. But everybody, thank you once again, and we shall see you next weekend. All right, later.
Bye.